Ever wondered what life was like for a woman in the heart of the magnificent Ottoman Empire? Forget the myths and stereotypes you might have heard. Today, we're journeying back in time to explore the vibrant, complex, and surprisingly diverse world of women in Ottoman Istanbul. Let's start by setting the scene. It's the 16th century, the golden age of the empire. You wake up not to the sound of an alarm, but to the call to prayer echoing across the city's 7 hills. Depending on your family's status, your home could be a modest wooden house in a close-knit neighborhood, or a sprawling mansion with marble courtyards. Life wasn't a monolith. It was a rich tapestry woven from threads of social class, religion, and personal circumstance. For a young girl, education often began at home, focusing on religious studies, literacy, and the arts of running a household. But this wasn't the whole story. Many girls also attended neighborhood schools, or mektebs, learning to read and write alongside boys. For the elite, private tutors would teach literature, poetry, calligraphy, and even music. Imagine learning to play the oud or composing verses in the elegant Ottoman Turkish script. As you grow into a young woman, marriage becomes a central focus. Marriages were typically arranged, seen as an alliance between 2 families rather than just a union of 2 individuals. A trusted older woman, a gurutay, would act as a matchmaker, assessing compatibility. Your consent, however, was legally required. Before the wedding, there would be the famous Hamam or Turkish bath ceremony, a day of celebration, music, and pampering with your female friends and relatives. And then, the grand wedding procession, a vibrant parade through the streets of Istanbul, announcing your new life. Now, let's talk about the home, the center of a woman's world. The Ottoman household was often a bustling, multi-generational space. Your daily life would be filled with managing the household staff, overseeing the kitchen, raising children, and engaging in crafts like embroidery and weaving. These weren't just hobbies. They were highly valued skills, and the textiles you created could be true works of art. The home was a domain of female authority, a space where women's social networks thrived. But what about life outside the home? Contrary to popular belief, women were not completely secluded. The streets of Istanbul were a public stage. While modesty in dress was expected, women were a common sight, going to the market, visiting friends, or heading to the local bathhouse. The hammam was more than just a place to get clean. It was a vital social hub, a women's cafe, where news was exchanged, friendships were forged, and business was sometimes even conducted. And speaking of business, Ottoman women had significant legal rights, especially concerning property. Under Islamic law, a woman could inherit, own, and manage her own property and wealth, completely separate from her husband's. Court records from Istanbul are filled with cases of women buying and selling property, investing in businesses, and even loaning money. They were active economic players. Some women from wealthy families established charitable foundations, or vakıfs, funding the construction of mosques, fountains, and hospitals that served the entire community and left a lasting legacy. Life in the Sultan's palace, the Topkapi Palace, was, of course, a world unto itself. The imperial harem was a highly structured and hierarchical institution. It was a place of immense power, politics, and intrigue, but also a center of education and artistic patronage. The Valide Sultan, the mother of the reigning sultan, was often the most powerful woman in the entire empire, wielding incredible influence over state affairs. But this was the life of a tiny, elite fraction. For the vast majority of women, life was lived not in a gilded cage, but in the lively neighborhoods of a bustling metropolis. As a woman in Ottoman Istanbul, you would also participate in the city's rich tapestry of festivals and public life. You'd prepare special foods for religious holidays like Eid, watch imperial processions from your window, and enjoy leisure time with your family at scenic spots along the Bosphorus. Your social life was rich, revolving around family visits, neighborhood gatherings, and female-only entertainment circles where stories were told, poetry was recited, and music was played. Of course, life wasn't always easy. It was a pre-modern world, and challenges like disease, high infant mortality, and the rigid social structures were very real. A woman's opportunities were largely defined by the family she was born into. Yet, within these structures, women carved out spaces for autonomy, influence, and personal fulfillment. Their lives were far from the passive, one-dimensional picture often painted. They were mothers, managers, artists, businesswomen, and patrons who were integral to the social and economic fabric of one of history's greatest empires. So the next time you picture Ottoman Istanbul, look beyond the grand domes and minarets. Imagine the vibrant neighborhoods, the bustling markets, and the lively courtyards. See the women who walked those streets, managed those households, and shaped the culture of this incredible city in countless ways. Their stories are a vital part of history, reminding us that the past is always more complex and fascinating than we think. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next historical adventure. Let me know in the comments what other historical topics you'd like to explore. Until next time, stay curious,